Okay, I am going to talk about Passing Through by Western Freeway. So, I know, right? I have how to play it here, and I'll probably put that up somewhere else where people can see it a bit later. I have written Smith's one up the top because I thought it was a bit Smithsy sounding, and that's kind of how to do it. I do have videos that I'll cut into this. It started a lot differently to how it ended, so it was an interesting song for me. It's one of those things where there's a thing in songwriting, and well, people probably don't know this, but this is like a AABA structure. So songwriters talk about the A section and the B section, and then bridges and all these indecipherable things. But AABA is just like, there's however many bars of A, and then the same amount again of A, and then there's B, and then there's A again, and then it just repeats itself. And that's how this song is like structured. There's a little tiny gap in between. So it goes AABA, tiny little gap, AABA, and then it kind of repeats the A section to fade out. And I'll show you that later when I show the DAW, so all the tracks and stuff. But now I'm going to cut in when I first made it up and the recordings that I made. So I made a recording of it in a totally different rhythm, and I think it even had different chords in parts of it. And when I started doing arpeggios of the notes out of the chord, then it actually turned into this song. So I'll cut that in now, and then I'll do the DAW thing and show you all the individual tracks and stuff, and hopefully it'll be interesting. All right, so this is my DAW, which is Studio One. I'll try and move into the middle of the camera thing. So this song actually reuses the drums from another Western Freeway song called Sense of Purpose. So if I solo out these drums, if you're at all familiar with that song, it sounds exactly like this, right? So I've taken... I often do this, I kind of sample myself, which is weird, right? But hopefully you can hear it through my phone. But anyway, so that's that's how the drums go, and then I put tambourine in. And, bass line's pretty cool, although probably not loud enough now that I listen to it, but it's alright. It's got the acoustic guitar. It's kind of nice. And then this electric, which compression, chorus delay. I used my old Boss 80s pedals to get that old Boss 80s sound. I think it's kind of nice. And I added a few little keyboard bits. You'll hear like the keyboards only happen when there's no singing, and they're quite soft in the mix. So yeah, and then a bunch of vocals. So that's doubled, and then there's a harmony.
She said she'd be a grandma soon. She's 39 in June. This old town just hasn't changed. Nothing feels the same.
You can actually hear my dehumidifier running in the background because I'm very slack at turning that off. Yeah, so it's basically it. There's not a lot in it, not really. Acoustic guitar, electric guitar. Even though there's 2 tracks of electric guitar, that's the same guitar, 2 different amps. And if I show you that. Call it solo. So down here, they're hard panned left and right. They're literally 2 amps, hard panned left and right to slightly different sounds, and then that gives it a bit of width, obviously, and just interest, I guess. You can see here in the levels, the electric guitar's slightly louder on the right hand side, and if I drop the acoustic in, it's slightly coming from the left hand side. So together they create more space and a bit more width kind of thing. As per usual, all the vocals are straight down the middle. Sorry. I put the keyboards left and right too, so not that you can really even hear them in there, but that's kind of cool, I guess. And that's what it sounds like. And that's you can see up the top what I was talking about before. So you've got the kind of intro bit, which is just the A part thing, and then it just goes A, B, A, little bit of a gap. So. Yeah, so I went back to just bass there. So I had just acoustic at the start and just bass in the middle, a bit different. And then after that, it's just A, B, A. Yeah, so that's tracking it. If I talk a little bit about the lyrics and stuff. So I was thinking about just turn this down a little bit. So I actually recently met someone who has a baby due in May, and she's quite old. She's like in her 30s, but I was thinking about small towns. So I'm imagining running into someone that I knew that was, maybe not even my age. I'm older than the person I'm thinking of in this song, but, well, maybe not. But thinking about kind of teenagers and having babies, and the dad's like a deadbeat dad, like not going to hang around and all that sort of thing. Sorry. I'm just thinking like the baby's due in May and Dad's just passing through, you know, like. And then the second verse, I saw your mother yesterday and asked about you. She said she'd be a grandma soon and she's 39 in June. Just to demonstrate that, and actually you could be a grandma at 39 and have had a kid at 20 and that kid have a kid at 19. Like, it's not even, you're not even talking particularly about like teen pregnancies or anything like that in any, you know, major way. Like, it's just, but it just made me think about it. All of those things. And the lyrics are very simple. There's two verses and not even really a chorus. There's just na-na-nas where you would probably put a chorus, right? So, but I do kind of like it, and it is that Smithsy sort of sound, the electric guitar sound, and tracking an extra acoustic. I think if it was Johnny Marr, you'd have 10 extra guitars and stuff going on, but I don't. I tend to, even though we don't really play live as a band, Western Freeway, I try to write songs that a band could play if we so chose to, and so I could go and play this song acoustic by myself if I felt the desire to do that at some point. So that's it. That's the breakdown of Passing Through. I hope that, you know, someone kind of found that interesting. And I'll see you next time I release something and feel like breaking it down.